January 18, 2022 Luang Phosri Suriya Khemarato's Satya Dharma Reflection. Disregard, even the disregard itself. Uninvolved, even within the uninvolved itself. So that it will end the circling within thoughts, recalls, opinions, and meanings. It will end all about knowing and seeing. Don't be obsessed, being samsara within titi, opinions, on and on. The knowing itself is the samsara. Knowing doesn't purify itself. Being obsessed with knowing, on and on, becoming samsara by itself. Disregard, even the disregard itself. So that it will be deliberate cut through from deluded knowing and deluded not knowing, true knowing or not true knowing. Let's be deliberate cut through the delusion to knowing. Uninvolved, even within the uninvolved itself. Disregard, even the disregard itself constantly. So that it will end all the stagnation within maintaining, drowning within states of mind and states of Dharma attainment. So that it will end the one who walks the path, the one who deludedly walking the path will be ended. Be obsessed with the path to hell, the path to heaven, the path to nibbana, on and on. One who deludedly walking the path itself is unending, being obsessed with the path on and on. It doesn't give ending to the one who walks the path itself. Being deluded to create the path to deceive each other, on and on. Not only deceive oneself, but also continue to deceive others, on and on. Have to do like this, have to do like that, being obsessed with obligations, that which has nothing to do with obligation or no obligations. Being obsessed with the delusion, with obligations and no obligations, on and on. Uninvolved, even within the uninvolved itself. So that it will give ending the one who walks the path, whether it's the path to hell, to heaven, or to nibbana, being deluded to walk the path on and on, to become the one who walks the path on and on. Disregard, disregard, even the disregard itself. Don't be obsessed to deludedly attempting to begin or to end anything. Disregard has nothing to do with itself. This is not just disregard in the way of stillness or indifference. Disregard, even the disregard itself. Disregard is not relevant to itself. so that it will end the circling, not becoming samsara by oneself. End the circling. Non-attached, even to the non-attachment itself. The non-attachment that is not about anything within itself. This is not about attempting to non-attach. It becomes samsara instantly. That is samsara by ways of the path. No attached to the non-attachment itself, so that it will not be obsessed to become the noble path on and on. Then it will enable to give ending to the noble path. Involved even within the involved itself. Then it will end the samsara of titi, of the opinions and meanings. No attached to even the non-attachment itself, so that it will end all the minds and the heart. To be fixated to the mind and the heart in this way or that way, it will be deludedly circling on and on continuously. That which has nothing to do with the mind. That which has nothing to do with any certain mind, any type of mind. Involved even within the involved itself. Beyond profoundness, be deliberate, cut through. Don't be obsessed with the depth or the shallowness. Disregard even the disregard itself. Don't be deluded to be shallow or to deepen with anything. The entirety is all about the karmic difficulties. Disregard, even the disregard itself, constantly purify through the extinction. Disregard, even the disregard itself, constantly purify through the extinction. The whole thing is all about karmic difficulties solely. Continue to purify through the extinction and the emptiness. Uninvolved, even within the uninvolved. No attached, even to the non-attachment itself. Uninvolved, even within the uninvolved itself. The vibhak of the knowledge and opinions. The vibhak of deluded knowing, true or false knowing. The vibhak of titi, opinions. the vibak of opinions and meanings, the vibak of memories, the vibak of vedana and hindrances. They are form and formlessness of vibak. Simultaneously purify through the extinction towards the karmic difficulties that exist. The body and the mind don't reject the karmic difficulties that exist. Purify through the emptiness simultaneously. Disregard even the disregard itself. Simultaneously purify through the extinction. Don't be obsessed with taking on the vibak. Don't be obsessed with giving significance and involvement to the vibak. Purify through the extinction simultaneously. Don't be obsessed with involvement with the body and the mind. Don't be obsessed with involvement with knowing and seeing. Don't be obsessed with involvement with meanings. Purify simultaneously with the extinction. Disregard even the disregard itself. Disregard doesn't obtain itself. Disregard is not relevant to itself, which is called disregard, even the disregard itself. With this, it will enable to give ending to samsara. Samsara within the body and the mind, form and formlessness. Samsara within the senses. Samsara within the sense objects, which is all about deludedly circling within the body and the mind. Deludedly circling within the senses. Deludedly circling within the sense objects, within all things and all elements, within all types of dharma. This is all about samsara. Then it will enable to give ending to the delusion to circling. Disregard within the disregard itself. Disregard even the disregard itself, beyond the mind and the heart. If it's still fixated with the mind and the heart in whatever ways, it's still becoming samsara. It's still deludedly circling within itself. No attached even to the non-attachment itself. Beyond the mind, beyond the heart, instantly, Let it be beyond thoughts, recalls, feelings and emotions and the mind. No attached even to the non-attachment itself. Then it will enable oneself to give ending to feelings, thoughts, recalls and emotions. It will enable oneself to give ending to opinions and meanings. Then there will be no obsession to create samsara from the feelings itself. No obsession to create samsara from thoughts, recalls, opinions and meanings. Then it will enable to help give ending for samsara. If one becoming samsara by oneself, how can one help samsara towards ending? Disregard from itself. Go beyond the profoundness. Disregard even the disregard itself. Not being obsessed with drowning within emotions on and on. That has no essence of following the cutting deluded knowing at all. There's only the sunken state within the mind, within feelings and emotions, within knowing and seeing, always being realms of existence. There's no essence of the cutting deluded knowing. There's no essence of the enlightenment. It's not worth encountering the Satyadharma. How many Buddha eras that one encounters the Buddhas? How many Buddhas that one encounters already? Continue to use the essence of the cutting deluded knowing or the essence of the enlightenment to help give ending for samsara. Don't be delusional, misleading oneself as someone who walks a path. On and on. What is it all about? The path to hell, path to heaven, the path to Nibbana, huh? Misleading oneself as someone who walks the path, huh? Just give ending to someone who walks the path. No attach to even the non-attachment itself. So that one will not deceive oneself, neither deceiving others. Taking that which is not substantial to become substantial. This is all about misleading. Being deluded to self-importance. How can we give ending to the delusion? Just disregard. Do you know disregarding? Mai, even with mai itself. Disregard even from the disregard itself. All cases and types of karma within the physical world, within samsara, from the Brahma realm to the hell realms, may it be forgiven altogether. Ahosi, ahosi, ahosi.